I'm Radona from Boys and Girls Hairstyles. Today I have Lisa with me. If you've watched some of my videos, back in the day we've cut Lisa, we've done a few different styles on her, but we always come back to this shorter in the back, spiky up here, and just messy and easy. We like the easy. So with Lisa, sometimes we have had a fringy neckline, but we really like just this blunt back here. Okay, now I'm just gonna take the trimmers and just trim this up, clean this up. Now Lisa, we cut hers once a month. Okay, just trim, clean this up. Don't you think this is almost the best part? Washing is probably the best part, Lise, but us with short hair, we love our backs, you know, trimmed like this, so.
We love haircut day.
Yes, haircut day is amazing. Okay, and then we just come up here on the top, and we just like to chop into hers. Now, Lisa likes hers really chopping, and Lisa has a lot of hair. It's more fine texture, not way fine. So it's actually like a medium, but she has a ton of it. So, you know, telling you that means she needs a lot of texture, a lot of texture. You can see I've already colored this morning. I've got stained hands. It's fine. They are washed. Okay, and then I keep this tight down here by the nape area. So up here, just chop into this. And then it's about from, you know, the top of the ear here to where I start to angle down into this nape area. And then down here, I just keep this tight. And I'll show you at the end, like I take my trimmers down here to make sure this is tight so it doesn't, you know, start growing out on her too much. Like I said, she does come once every 4 weeks. But it's crazy when you have a short haircut, huh, Lisa, how fast you need it like trimmed up. Especially if it grows like Lisa's, because Lisa's hair, yes, it grows. Absolutely. Which is a good thing. She's a healthy thing, so. Okay, same thing on this side. Just gonna keep this tight. Okay, hold this out. Take off that length. And down here. Okay, then I'll come back and I'll show you how I clean that up. So I'm obviously gonna come over here on this other side and get this other side done. And you can keep, you know, that other section that you cut before as a guide point, a guideline, and then that way it helps you stay on track to where you are cutting. You know, usually with longer hair, if you have hair to part out, you know, a lot of people like to part out. So when it's short like this, there's obviously, you know, not too much hair to part and section off. So that's what I love to do, is take that guide point from the hair I've cut before and just go with that on down. Okay, so there's that bottom area. Okay, and the side, I'm gonna cut this. And you can see that guide point right there. I'm just gonna come here. There we go. Okay, now you can see as I go up, if there's anything going upward that we need to even out. You can go through and even this out. Okay, nothing there. Come on the sides. Tiny bit here. Okay, nothing there. Okay, tiny bit there. You can kind of see once you go up horizontal this way, if there's anything that's, whoop, grab another comb, that's out of line. Okay, now I'm just gonna dampen this a little bit. I love this spray bottle. It's like a mister. So you just spray and it just is a mist. So it's kind of fun. All right, so now I'm gonna come up through this top area and just chunk this out.
And I feel like I'm on the uphill.
So this way, chunk this out. Okay, same this way. Okay, sweet. Now we're going to come on this side. Now we like to leave Lisa's sides long, so I'm just gonna barely trim this. And then when we're done, we're done drying, I have to double or triple check her sides. Sometimes it's like, it feels like it's just, they're both even. And then when we really look, one could be a little off. So we always like to double check. Or if Lisa can see it, she's good to be like, we're done, check that right side. And I'm like, oh yeah, let me check that one more time. So you can see I'm just holding that out and I just barely trimmed that, okay? So then I'm gonna come on this side and do the same thing. So I just hold this out and just barely trim this. And then you can see from that area, this is where I cut over here. So I'm just trimming it to that area. Same here, just barely trim this. And then I'm gonna hold it up here and then just connect these two just by trimming the little ends there. Okay, and then on the sides, I'm obviously gonna trim the sides because even though we want them long, you need to trim them a tiny, tiny bit just to keep them obviously looking nice and to keep it growing. But yeah, so just barely trim those ends on the sides. Okay, now we're going to just piece this out. She likes it really piecey around her face. I'm gonna take this, open and shut my shears. I'm gonna come down on this side. Just a little bit there, because she wants that length, but I'm gonna open and shut my shears in here, so there's different lengths in here, so we don't have short and then just a blob down here. We kind of like some texture through that area. And that's what's fun about a short haircut, especially if you're going for a look like we have Lisa's, is it's just more piecey, chunky, and we for sure have to do that with Lisa's hair because she has so much of it that we really do need to focus on texturizing and chunking it out. Especially, so she has so much hair that when she brings it to this side, this starts feeling really bulky. Every time, by the time she gets back, this area is bugging her. So I am gonna go through with my texturizing shears with the teeth that are close together, okay? I'm gonna come in just about a ½ an inch up from the scalp and kind of go through this area just to texturize that. And then I'm gonna show you what I do at the ends to make it look really piecey through the ends, because we don't want it to look all one length on the top, especially with Lisa's hair because she has so much. Now, thinner hair, more fine hair can be, you know, easier to make look piecey. But if you have a lot of hair like Lisa, you need a lot of texture, or you're gonna feel like it's, I don't know, I don't wanna say a granny do, but like it's like set, right? Like we don't want, she's not going for that look. So having as much hair as she has, you really need a lot of texture and piecey And we can tell, like, by the time she gets back if we haven't done enough, so we can do a little bit more next time. Okay, now I'm going to take the chunky texturizing, and I'm going to come up through the ends. So I texturize with the chunky more through the ends, just so it's not all one length up there, so we can get some little pieces through those areas. Especially on this side, like I said, she starts to feel really bulky after a little bit. So I like to really get those ends through here. Just kind of going through those vein area, and then I'm going to hold that up and kind of go through this area. And that's just good. That's going to like lighten this up. I'm going to do a tiny bit over here, just through those ends. Okay, now I want to show you what I was talking about. I'm just tightening like the back of her neckline. Okay, so what I like to do is take my clippers, and I like to come in here and pull this out. So don't leave it way in here or it's going to take a lot of hair. If you come in and pull the comb out, that's going to be to where you can get the hair, but you're not going to take, you know, chunks out and keep it super, super short. So you can see I go in and just hold that out a little bit. And sometimes you can go this way if you feel more comfortable. This is a little bit faster way. If you do it going to the side, if that makes sense. Side to side, this way, instead of up, up, up like this. If you feel more comfortable, you can just go side to side. And that way it just seems to take off a lot more, a lot faster. Okay, so you can see I've just done it through this bottom area, just to keep this tight because she has so much hair. Okay, now what we're gonna do is put the mousse in. I'm gonna rub that, put it all through here. Does that feel good? I'll just scratch while I do this.
I might doze off.
Yeah, that's fine too. Have a little nap. I can wake you up at the end. Okay, so I always, you know, check this with my hands first. Okay, it seems to be great, but I'm going to dry it and then we're going to see how it lands. Then if we need to take more length off one side, we can. Okay, so the back, we're just going to go back and forth, back and forth. You can tell with my fingers here. The more movement you can give it, the better off you're going to be for the look that she's going for. If you want it just smooth and soft, you know, you can just dry in one area. Say you just want it just really smooth, dry it like this with your fingers. If you want more movement, move your fingers, move the blow dryer. And then of course, I love to take the Epic brush and go back and forth. Once it's about 80% dry, you still want it a little damp. And then she goes this way, so of course I'm gonna bring it that way. See, easy peasy. Super easy. Okay, now I'm just gonna double check. Okay, it's still feeling good. Now I'm gonna take the styling paste This one is from the Healthy Sexy Hair because they discontinued the other that I was loving from Monique. So, okay, so I just rub this in my hands and then I grab at her hair. Now, Lisa, like I said, has tons of hair. And so I'm going to be using more paste on Lisa's hair than I would be using on mine because it's more fine. So that makes a difference too in how much product you need to use. Okay, now I'm going to turn her to the mirror so I can obviously check out what I'm doing. So I'm going to turn her. And she likes her bangs longer, but I do want to make sure that it's pieced out enough because we like it piecey but longer. And you should see Lisa when she styles her hair. You know, usually people will be like, oh, you know, I love to get my hair styled and at this salon or whatever, and I'm like, Lisa's one of those that you're like, oh wait, it looks better when she does it. It's just, she's just a pro at it. Well, we did, gosh, how many years ago, Lisa? I've been cutting your hair for years, but I went to a hair show.
In 2000.
Is that what it was?
This Brady came home from his mission.
Oh my heck. So I had gone in the year 2000 to a hair show and come home and I seen this haircut, the short spiky, it was just kind of coming out and it has been short ever since. And she was so cute. She had come and I'm like, Lisa, I found something I really want to do your hair like, you know? And so you guys can see this. I'm going to just kind of, this seems to be too just blunt. So I'm going to kind of come through here. Anyway, I'm like, it would be so cute with your hair texture. And she was like, well, should I? And then she's like, well, you know what? Hair grows back. So, and we tried to grow it back a little bit here and there, but nah, it's just her. It's just short and fun. So, and I've had people from out of town come and get their hair cut. Like Lisa, they see Lisa and they're like, where do you get your hair done? So it's really fun. It's a super good compliment to me when she can really style her hair and make it look really cute. So. Okay. Okay, I'm feeling like it's the same. Do you feel like it's the same? Do you want to feel that?
I kind of feel
This?
maybe a little bit
A
longer.
little bit longer, okay. See, we just keep double checking, triple checking, however many checks we need to do. There's nothing more annoying than leaving and feeling that your hair is not the same. I almost feel like it was kind of thick there too. I took a little bit of. Okay. Awesome, awesome. Okay, cute. I'm going to spin her around so you can see her sides and her back. Spin it this way. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Lise. You are amazing. She's a favorite of our town. So she is very involved and does many good things for people. So anyway, but thank you, Lise. You're awesome. Thanks for your support. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't, and we will talk to you later. Thank you. See ya.